Hello guys, welcome to another video tutorial by Nocode Africa. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to build a Nike sneaker store mobile application without writing codes using Flutterflow. So we've done the part 1 and part 2, and today we're going to be working on the part 3. Now this particular tutorial series is mainly for front-end development within Flutterflow, but just like I said in the part 1, and I think I said it in part 2, if I get a lot of comments about building the backend for the application, I will consider making the part that includes the backend for the application. So let's get right into it. See you. Okay guys, let's do this. So this is where we stopped in the previous tutorial, and we are just going to continue from here and then start building more screens for this project. This is the UI for the project. All credit goes to the UiUx designer who worked on this project and made it available for free on Figma community. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and start building some things, right? And let's see what we're going to do. So what we didn't do in the last time was this particular button here, right? The center button, right? So this is like cart, I think. Yeah, so let's go ahead and set this up. How do we do this? So the very first thing we need to do is we need to bring this particular icon here the same way we brought this particular thing here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Here we will just go ahead and click on our stack. All right, and we will go ahead and then add a row, right? Yes, we're gonna add a row. Okay, so great. Now I need you to learn some things here, right? So I'm adding a row there, and the next thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add a container. All right, and then in the container, this is going to be, the size of the container is 56 pixels by 56 pixels. So I'll just click here to copy the color code. All right, and then I will click here to change the container to a circle. Okay, then change these to 56. So I say 56 here, and click here as well to change the color to these. And thereafter, I'm going to go ahead and click on the element here. Okay, and just scroll down, go to export, change this to, let's say, 3x, preview first, just look at it. And then I have it, well, it's a zip file, but it's okay. The size here was 24 pixel by 24. So in my container, I'm gonna add a column. All right, so I'm just gonna add a column there. And then the column is gonna have an image. All right, so I'm gonna click over here and then add an image. The image is gonna be 24 pixels by 24 pixels, which was the dimension that we saw on the Figma design. Okay, so we have here 24 pixels as well. And we will take off this border radius. We will click here to change it from network to asset so that we can actually import the image. So I'll click on here just to bring in my image. And then now the file that I had exported is a zip file. So I click on all files so that I can get it. This is it. I'll just say Ctrl X to cut it, take it to the folder where I put different images, then I'll just paste it. So it's telling me the destination already has a file, so I will just say replace the file. Remember, it's 3. So I replace the file and I will look for 3. This should be 3. All right. Yes, let me just be sure that that's 3. Okay, so this is the one that we should use. So I'm using the time as well to just be sure. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say extract all and say extract. Now I've extracted that, and let me just close this and go to where I can find it. All right, so I think it's going to be inside here. So let's click and open these. There's outline. I don't know. This is not it. Let's try linear bags. Let's change this to large. This is the icon. So we'll click on these and then click on open, and then now we have it inside Flutterflow. Well, that's a lot of process. You can just find ways to simplify it for yourself, but that's just how to get it inside here. Then I'll click on here to center align it, and then now I have this. I will click on my main row to center align it. Okay, guys, this is very important. I click on my main row to center align it. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to push this thing to the bottom. Now I push it to the bottom. You see here, it's actually coming to the bottom, right? Now I had to click here to say go to the bottom of my screen. And then what I need to do is I need to go ahead and like, give it some padding from the bottom. So I'll click on here and see the distance is like says here 450. So I will give a padding of 50 pixels to my row. So now I have these scenario here correctly done. All right, so this is 56, right? And this is also 56. Okay, so now I have a perfect design for my application, and everything fits now. All right, if I come over here, go to the container, I just want to confirm that it's correct, it's 56. And so that's it. So even if we switch and say 430, right, so we will still have the same kind of arrangement. All right, so even if we changed it, it's still the same thing, right? So this particular one, we can just alter things a bit if we want to. Yeah, we can alter things a bit here if we want to, just so that if we change screens, this can just expand perfectly. So let's do that quickly now. So for this container, what I'm going to do here is I'll click on expansion and I will say infinite, right? So I'm telling it always take the maximum space you have. So I'm clicking on this one, the container here, and I'm telling it the same thing. Then I'm saying infinite, and then I'm going to give a padding here of 20 on the right. All right, so that every single screen that I move to, it will just adjust it. So when you're building your app, you need to make sure that you're preparing for mobile responsiveness, okay? I believe you've learned a whole lot of things so far, right? So please remember to just click on the like button, like this video, so that YouTube can show more people this video. And also please click to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because with this channel, you can learn how to build mobile and web apps without writing codes, okay? Now let's go back to our Figma design, and then we can start working on a couple of things. Okay, so this is going to require us to do some complex things, right? And I didn't want to make this video very long, so we will just skip this one for now, and we will implement this in the next video, all right? So what I'm going to rather do is I'm going to try to implement these and also this, all right? Let's see how we can quickly get this done. Okay, so for this part, we already have something that looks like it. So let's just click on, this is a favorite screen. So let's come over here and click on the button to add a new page. Click here to create blank and call this screen favorite. Okay, so favorite, and we say create page. We'll delete this up bar, and let's go back to home, right? And we're going to, let's see, onboarding, sign in. Yeah, so I think we have this here in sign in. So let's just copy this and take it to favorite and click on the main column and paste it. Ctrl V to paste. All right, and then we have these, right? So I will just copy this text favorite, and it's 600 by 16. I'll come over here and click on my row, click to add a child to that row. The child is going to be a text, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the text here at once. All right, so if I scroll down now, I'm going to just go ahead and change this from 400 to 600 and change this to 16. Perfect. Then, okay, sorry about that. I was trying to turn off notifications for messages. All right, so now the next thing we're going to just quickly do here is we're going to go ahead and click on the row and add, what are we going to add now? So we're going to add an image, okay? So the image is going to be this one. Well, not really an image yet. We need to add a container. So let's go ahead and come over here, click on these, and change it to what do we change this to? This is 44 pixels, okay? And this is going to be, no, this is not going to be an image. Let's just delete this particular image. All right, then let's go ahead and click to add something else. Let's add a container first. So this is the container that we're adding. And then what we're going to add next is we're going to just go ahead and add, check the container size, okay? So here I will say 44 pixels and change this to Seiko, all right? And then inside the container, I'm going to go ahead and add something inside it. So let's add a column inside it. And inside that, I'm going to add an image. All right. So the image is going to be the image of this heart. So here I just clicked on it, and I wish it is not going to give me the file in zip scenario. It is, unfortunately. Okay, so here we have this. It's 24 pixels by 24. So I'll change here to 24 pixels by 24 pixels. Okay, then I will just remove the border radius here. Just take it off and change this from network to assets. Scroll down and click to add this. Let's go to downloads and change this from image to files. Okay, so I will just click on this and cut it, right? Take it to where I always put the images. I think this time around I'll just do something else really fast. So let's just say today, okay? Yes. So today, now I'm pasting it here. And I will just go ahead and extract it inside here. And there you go. Okay, so I have that. I will just open this, and I think I should be able to see my image. Okay, so heart, that's the heart. And I will wait for a couple of seconds for it to get uploaded fully. And now that's uploaded, I click on the column and center align it. Then I will click on here and use this particular alignment. What I need to do now is click on these, click on the container, give it a padding of 20 from the right. All right, so now we have something similar to what we have here, which is good. So we will just try to implement this screen and just make the tutorial really short, okay? I think I will go ahead and do this in the next tutorial. So let's just quickly finish this one up. And then the next thing we would do here is, I think if we do one, we've actually done all of it. And so that means this doesn't take a lot of time. Okay, so here, let's go ahead and just click on here. And what I'm going to do next is quite simple. I'm just going to add a row. In the row, I'm going to add, what am I going to add? I'm going to add a container. The height is 159 by 203. So I'll add a container. All right, this is a container, and I will say 159 by 203. Okay, so this container has some border radius of 14 pixels, and so yes, I will just give it a border radius of 14 pixels here. And then what else am I going to do? I will just go ahead and start setting things up. Let's zoom in to see what we're really having here. So we have a container here. If you observe, if you try to draw a line here, this is somehow mixed with this. So we're gonna have to use a stack to get this in this place. So let's put the image first. Then we can put these particular ones. So let's put this image first. So I will go ahead and download the image, click to export and say 3x or yeah, 3x, anyone. And now that gives me that. I will click on these hearts to download it. It's going to give me the file in zip, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, true. And then what I'm going to do next is click on this big circle, or don't worry, just let that one be. This is 116 by, so I think, what do I use to know the real this? Okay, let's do this. 116 by 53. Let's go ahead and add a column inside this container first, all right, because things have been stacked from top to bottom. So a column inside. Now let's add an image. All right, so there's an image now, and the image dimension is 116 by 53. So let's say 116 by 53. Okay, and then I will just say 0 for this. Change this from network to assets, and click this to just go get your image. So this is my image. It's gonna show my image soon. This is my image. Let me see the real size of this thing. It's saying 473 by 339. I might use that. So 473 by 339. Yeah, that might be just perfect. Let me see. Okay, let's use it. 473. Let's see, will it work? By 339. 339. 473 by 339. That's a lot. That's a lot there. So if I say this, it's not still going to give me it is, but it's just way too much. All right, so width is that, let's say 150. Okay, so we will use this, but now we don't have a lot of space inside here. If I give this, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work because we need some space here as well. So 116, what we had before was, let's make these 250. All right, I'm just going to adjust it a little bit. Let's make these 116. Okay, so something like this might still work. Okay, so I'm just adjusting it a bit. We will click on this. Let's add what we have here below. Then from there we can just complete the remaining part. So let's click this, a row, and then put a text that is 500 by 12. So I'll click on that, click on these to add a row. All right, so here we have a row, and in the row I'm going to add a text. The text is what I had copied, and it is 500 by 12. So it's 500 by 12 here, and the color is blue. So I click there to copy the color, then I will just go ahead and paste it here. All right, so we have that, and also we need some sort of padding around it, so it's more like 14. So let's give that padding to the column. All right, so let's give this column 14 from the left and maybe 14 from the right. There's some things on the top, but let's just leave that for now. So let's go ahead and duplicate this, Control D. I will go ahead and click this and just copy the Nike Jordan. So it's 500 by 16. Click on here and change this to the text you just copied. All right, and then we can copy the color code. It's 500 by 16, so let's change this first to 16, 16, and then let's change this to black. That's the text color, and we will have to give it some padding if we need. Yes, it has a padding of 4 pixels, 4 pixels there. And the next thing we need to do is Control D to duplicate, and we need to put this price. So the price is 500 by 16 again, so we're good. So just click on that and just click here and say Control V. Click the row again. Let's see. Now we need to put these, beautiful red circles, right? So, well, it looks like it's an image. It looks like it's an image, but I can copy the colors here. So blue, and I don't know what the exact dimension is. Okay, so I can't tell what the exact dimension is, but I will try 16. Yeah, so let's add a circle there. First, let's add a row, guys. Yes, I know you know why I'm doing that, because I want to go ahead and give it some sort of expansion with them being together. So I'm adding a circle now, basically a container. Then I will say here 16, and I will give it a color, the blue color. Then I will go ahead and duplicate it, Control D. And now I want to get the red color. Let's see the spacing in between them. I can't really tell what the spacing there is because that thing is actually an image. All right, so I will just paste this here. There you go. And I will give it a padding space in between them, maybe 16. Is it too much? Yeah, pretty much too much. 10. Okay, then I'll click on the main row itself and give it an expansion like this. You see, that's good. And then what I need to do is the spacing in between them. This is 12. So I will come here and say, give them 12, padding on the top 12. All right, so we have this. Let me zoom in so you can see what we have done. Okay, so the next thing we just need to quickly do is to set this up. So this is 28 pixels by 28, and it has a color. I'm copying it already. All right, so 28 by 28, yes? Yes, 28 by 28. So now I'm gonna click this image, right click on this image and say wrap it with a widget. Oh, no, I just clicked the wrong thing. Control Z to undo that, right click and wrap widget with a stack. Now the stack, I will add a container, The container dimension is going to be, first of all, we change it to a circle, and then we change it to 28, and then I will paste the color that I picked. All right, and next thing I'm gonna do is I'll just go ahead and add a column inside that, and inside that column I'm gonna add an image because we have to put something inside it. So this is it. There's a red hat here. Okay, so if we click on the red hat, okay, so let's delete it, Control Z to undo what I did. Click on the column again. Let's add an icon. It's something we can find in the list of our icons. So let's say icon, and then add an icon, all right, just to make things faster. I will copy the color here. The height is maybe 16 by 16, so I will change this to 16. Then I can paste this color. Great. Then I can change this to, click on that to change it to, let's say, heart. Okay, so now we have heart. So we can just give it like that. Beautiful. Click on the column and then say center line. Now we have the same thing. So what we need to do now is, let's click on these and give it a height of 11 from the top and 12 from the side. So, no, just 11 from the top. I think the other one has been taken care of already. Maybe 11 from the top. So now we have something like this. Pretty much almost the same, so we have gotten something cool too. Okay, so let's click on the main container out here and click on the row. Give the row some padding from the top here, which is 28. Okay, so I say 28 from the top. Then click on the container and just give the container a padding of 20 on the left. And another thing we need to do is let's go ahead and just give it expansion. These, yes. Then we can say infinite, so spread it across. Good. Don't worry, we will get there. Then let's just say Control D. So now we have something similar. These are the parts, and we can put here padding on the right 20. All right. And then we can go ahead and duplicate as much as we want. Control D, and that's it. So we have this. I think it was only 2 sides. So then the next thing we need to just do is go ahead and then bring in the other thing, right? The navigation here. So how did we do that? So we're just going to go ahead and right click on this and wrap this widget with a stack, okay? So that we can go to home and look at our widget tree. Click on this to close it. This first container here is our navigation here, so I will just copy it. Okay, then I will go to favorite, click on the stack and paste it, Ctrl V, and there you go, we have it here. Then I will go back to home and click to close this container so I can see the other one, which is the row that contains these particular buttons. So I'll just copy it, Ctrl C, go to my favorite and click on the stack and Ctrl V to paste. So now I have exactly what I need. So now I have been able to create the UI for this particular design. Okay, so with these, I believe that you have been able to learn a couple of things and you will, enjoy the video. I would have loved us to continue working on this, but I didn't want to make this video very long, so we'll continue. We are going to continue this particular tutorial in the next part, okay? So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and thank you very much for the huge support. See you in the next part. Bye for now.